Okay, listen, he is chuckling because we had a really good show today. And again, we want to thank our very special guest.
Gloria Mawringer from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, in town to compete in the North American IFBB Championships, and really special guest. I mean, I love people that work hard, are dedicated to what they do, and she certainly fits the bill there.
And Gloria, I'm going to have a power bar today in your honor.
See there, you changed your lifestyle already.
I'm already turning it around. Listen, on a serious note, you just have agreed to come with me tomorrow night on the radio to talk about the book Battle for Korea because of what's happening in the headlines today, and it's continuing to unfold. It's very scary, and I think a lot of people need to understand the significance of this. So just tell me about the book and tell me about the significance of Korea and why tomorrow night on Rob Pratte Monday Night we're going to be talking about it in the 9 o'clock hour.
This is a history that I wrote a few years back. It's filled with pictures of the Associated Press history of the Korean War, 1950 to 1953, but it never really ended. There was a ceasefire, but there's been no treaty. There's been a state of war that exists between North Korea and the United States ever since that time, complicated by the fact now that they have nuclear weapons and just announced they have a thermonuclear device, a hydrogen bomb. So this is very concerning. We still have 28,000 U.S. troops in South Korea as hair trigger defense, and tensions are getting tighter and tighter all the time.
MacArthur, who obviously was released of his duties from President Harry Truman, said many years ago, never fight a land war in Asia. Why?
Have an inexhaustible supply of manpower, for one thing. Their supplies are all there. Everything they need is right there. That we would have to move troops, material, and equipment halfway around the world to get there. MacArthur wasn't the only one that said it. It's just a very tough situation. There's an old Korean proverb that says, "When the whales collide, even the shrimp suffer." I think we're about to find out exactly how bad the suffering's going to be.
So, Bob Dvorak tomorrow night, don't miss him. Pirates getting ready to play some baseball today. A young man, Jordan Lublo, hit a home run, a rookie yesterday, significant there. But the Pirates, even though they won 5-0, they're struggling. The Cubs come to town tomorrow. They have a lot of questions to be answered during the offseason. What do you think are some of the biggest?
Well, right, and you're going to play out the string this year, trying to get some answers to that with the bullpen and everything. I think you got to obviously shore up the starting rotation, find a power bat, improve the defense, and tighten up that bullpen. So you're right, they've got a lot of work to do, and I think it was sad to see them just throw in the towel on this season when they let Juan Nicasio go for basically nothing.
All right, Fox Chapel Golf Club, Alex Childs, Dell Technology Championship underway. John Rahm, one of the big hitters on the tour. You also have the U.S. Open, a couple of big hitters in professional tennis. Madison Keys, Coco Vandeweghe, also a winner yesterday, Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. That's continuing on CBS. You got NASCAR today, the Southern 500. Lots of stuff happening, but it's Pitt football, it's Penn State football, it's Steelers football on everyone's mind because college underway, and next week the Steelers at the Browns. So Pitt and their win 28-10. What do you think?
Well, they made that game a lot more exciting than it needed to be. To go into Penn State, it's going to be an enormous challenge because you saw what James Franklin's team did in its opener. So they're loaded at quarterback, and Saquon Barkley is obviously a Heisman candidate. Defense doesn't give up anything. They're a force to be reckoned with this year. So football returns, and the Steelers-Browns, I mean, doesn't get any better than that. But, hey, Friday, Saturday, it's Uniontown Hall of Fame induction weekend. Classmate of mine from 1967, John Hall, played on a championship football team and was just an incredible athlete. He did play at Penn State. And his brother Tommy Hall was a professional for the San Francisco 49ers, and nephew Mike Hall with the Miami Dolphins right now. So good football, just a good family. They also played good football.
Last thing, are the Browns real, finally? as far as in the NFL.
Rob, I don't know if they're real, but they're getting real close. How's that?
I like that.
They're improved again. They had the number 1 pick. They shored up their defensive line. I think Deshaun Kaiser, quarterback, might struggle early, but they might have found the guy that they really need, because that's the issue that they've had. One of these days, they're going to get good, and maybe this is the year they break through. 4-0 in the preseason, they get everybody excited up there in the lake.
All right, we salute American Labor Day weekend tomorrow night after the CBS Radio Labor Day special 7 to 8. Medical Frontiers off. They return September the 11th at 7. We're going to be joined by a number of folks, including Rick Okashevsky, Keystone Mountain Lake Regional Council of Carpenters, Bob, The Battle for Korea, his book. We talk about the Associated Press looking back, and a lot of photographs in that book too, showing you how epic that war was. We're going to talk about that and the latest news from North Korea, and then kind of a twofold situation now because of his dealings with Japan and the steel industry. We'll talk about Japan and Shinzo Abe, the Prime Minister, and how they could be affected by this whole mess in North Korea with Dave Pasquale. And we salute some of the greatest labor people in the world, the United Auto Workers, and the significance of the automobile industry. Have a great day, everybody.